guys, Beanster's Palms here, back with another palm video update, doing a full yard update. So we are February the 3rd, and it's Monday morning, and it's roughly like 50, it's almost 60 degrees out here. It's really nice. This week they say we're supposed to hit up to almost 70, and for sure middle 60s throughout the week. So yeah, definitely bringing out the palms now to start preparing them for summer, as the weather has been real nice now. So this is the perfect time to do it. So if you guys are also growing palm trees in your area, where you get a lot of winter too, one thing you really want to do is to make sure that the palms are getting somewhat natural light throughout the winter. If you can do that, that would be great. That would only help them even more. But if you're just keeping them in a garage like I am, or something where they really won't get much sunlight, and just putting the grow light on them, I highly recommend throughout the winter to bring them out time to time. If it's a great, nice, warm, sunny day, bring them out. Do it in the morning. Keep them out in the morning when they get the morning sun. Reason why is because if you keep them out when the afternoon sun starts hitting, it could really start to damage the fronds, just because they haven't been used to the sunlight for a while. These ones, like I said, it's not hitting too bad. It's hitting pretty nice and warm, but main thing is to keep them in a area for a few hours to get some sunlight, just so they're not fully kept from the sun. You want to give them some sort of sunlight throughout the year, if at all possible. Now, they've been doing just fine in the garage. They haven't been doing bad at all. I mean, a few of them, I had to cut some of the fronds off, just because it's only going to be natural that they lose their leaves, because they won't need the amount of fronds on there when they're dormant. They won't really need any fronds. They'll kind of just stop. They just stay stationary growth. They don't really grow much. But yeah, look, I mean, this one, and you can see the difference. Look how smaller this frond is that opened up in the garage versus these ones that came out last year. So you can see the difference, but it's still pushing growth really well. This is the $20 California fan palm. It's probably the first time giving it sun since, I believe, possibly November, maybe sometime in December, but it's been almost 2 months, maybe a little over a month, maybe a month and a half, we'll say. But California fan palm doing great, looking gorgeous, really big, honestly, for the size of trunk that it has, but it's looking really nice. We have the Mediterranean fan palm here. No sprouts on the trunks yet, so haven't seen any sprouts on the additional trunks right there, but I do believe maybe this year it will. Pushing out a lot more fronds, and you can tell it's starting to fill in more. It's starting to turn more into a bush, because the fronds are starting to actually go down. As last year they kept pushing out constantly. I mean, there must have been 5 to 8 fronds coming out at once, and so yeah, it's all starting to fill in now, looking great. We have the pineapple here doing pretty well, doing pretty decent. We have the Mexican fan palm that I dug out about 3 years ago off the roadside in Cruces. So this is the little one that I had. The big one that I had, the sister palm to this one, died last year. So, died almost 2 years ago. But this one is still alive, surprisingly. I mean, it almost died, but considering that this was in Santa Fe in a much colder climate, nearly died. Here it is, still alive. So yeah, I dug this one out of the ground, and 3 years later, it's huge. This palm right here, the Mexican fan palm, was probably no bigger than this one right here when I dug it out. Anyway, so that's doing good. Pushing out another frond, opening up. We have the sable here, and its sable's actually pushing nice fronds finally. This is the one I got from Phoenix, and it's doing great. So I believe this one was a sucker off of another palm, so and they had repotted it, so that's why I'm thinking that it has to have been a sucker, because you can see there's where the trunk is. So anyway, it's doing great. We have all the California fan palm seedlings that I grew from seed. These are the little cluster of them here, and they're opening up new fronds, looking great. There's the other one right here, opening up more fronds, and then we have the little baby one right here. This one's still barely starting to push a palmate leaves. I mean, they're still, you know, having those baby fronds on them. But and then here, of course, are the two fastest seed-grown palm trees that I grew from seed. And I believe these ones are from a local tree in Albuquerque. So yeah, that's where these 5 of them grew. But yeah, they're doing great. I mean, a couple fronds on them, but that's normal. Looking good. And then we have the beautiful Canary Island date palm right here, looking great. It's really starting to fill in now, if you guys can see. I mean, it's looking gorgeous. Beautiful fronds. It's really filling out. This thing has gotten huge within the 3 years, almost 3 years since I got it. I got this one, I believe, in Tempe, at a Lowe's in Tempe, Arizona, and it's gotten huge. This thing was, I think, maybe $30 when I bought it, and it's doing great. And yeah, I'm not sure what the plan will be for this upcoming year of growth. I don't know if I'm gonna have to bare root it or something to keep it smaller, but as you can see, these things have just gotten huge. But it's looking great, pushing lots of growth constantly. Taking a look here at some of the seedlings. Those are some of the seedlings that I grew from seed. Those are the Cruces seedlings. And here is a California fan palm from Mesa, Arizona. It's doing better. And just more seedlings that I haven't separated. And you know it, you love it, the blue Mexican fan palm here in all its glory, looking great. You know, surprisingly, I haven't even had to trim off any of the fronds on it, so it's doing quite well, as you can see. It's doing great. Haven't had to trim off any fronds. Hasn't started to open any yet, but yeah, so doing great. Some of the little yuccas that I dug out seem to be doing pretty decent still. So yeah, that's a quick look at all the palm trees right here. Go take a look at the one in my yard. I don't know if this one is gonna make it. I really don't know if this one's gonna make it, but here it is. This is the California fan palm that I planted, and I mean, the leaves are dry. They're dry. It's hard to say if it's gonna come through. I can't imagine why it wouldn't, but I'm gonna leave it alone, see what it does. Hopefully it'll start pushing new growth. So we'll see if it makes it or not. We'll go take a look at the other ones. Okay, and here's the other California fan palm. As this one gets a lot more sun, it still looks the same. It looks like it's dead, but I know it will survive. It survived last year, so that's how that one's doing. Okay, so here's the other one. This one seems to be doing a little better. As you can see, there's a little bit more greenery in the front. The fronds aren't fully dried out. I mean, they are, but they aren't. Just some heavy freeze damage, as you can see. But I believe that one will pull through. I can probably assure you that it will. Grass is somewhat green. It stayed green year round. I think it will probably be coming back up in the next month or so if we keep getting nice warm weather like this. I think that's it. I think that's all the snow we're gonna get this year. A couple little storms that I wouldn't even say in total would have brought us maybe an inch, well, about 5 inches at the very most, one storm, and that was it. So yeah, we really didn't get a storm this year, which is a good thing to a point, but not good. And here you can see the Trachycarpus had some freeze damage too. We got down to 5 degrees. This is the coldest that this thing has ever seen. So yeah, you can see that there is some heavy freeze damage to it, but some of the leaves are still green. Even the center ones are still kind of somewhat green, so it survived. Doesn't look as full and as lush as it did before, but again, that's what freeze damage will do to a Trachycarpus, but it pulled through just fine, no protection. And this side doesn't get as much sun as the back, so it definitely made it just fine. So anyway, guys, that's a quick update at all the palm trees. I'll show you the coconut real quick and some of the other seedlings I have indoors. So here are some more of the California fan palm seedlings and the Majesty palm. Majesty palm's doing okay, doing better. Opened up one frond here, but definitely could use more sun. And these seedlings here too, I picked the worst ones that I have. Hopefully they'll revive if at all possible, but that's how those are doing. And over here we have the the coconut palm. And I've noticed this frond here is starting to kind of, I don't know if it's wilted or what, but it definitely looks like this one is going to die next. So, and it could, again, this could be due to overwatering. Even the center one kind of looks that way. It doesn't look as fluff as it did before. Try and give it some sun. I know it could probably be just the fact that it's overwatered. Let's see. I mean, could be. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, but hopefully it won't be too big of a deal. It could be the fact that I have, when the heater is on, it could be coming over here and hitting directly on these. So it's not looking as good as it did, but I'm definitely going to have to keep this on life support too to make sure that it pulls through. Hopefully it will. As far as the saguaros go, the saguaros are doing great. As you can see, looking good. This one had some minor fungus on the side because of being in the garage and stuff. High humidity probably, but it's doing good now. This little Musa banana plant that my friend Gabriel gave me. Check out his channel at Bucky Palms. He gave it to me and it's doing pretty well. It's grown a decent amount, so just within the winter time. And of course we have the Chinese pistache tree, doing great. And a little pinon there with some more Chinese pistache trees. And over here we have more of the California fan palms that are, these ones are a lot further along. These ones are doing a lot better. But these I'm gonna have to give some water soon. So yeah, those are doing great. And then over here we have the pinons, the pinon trees. And these seem to be doing okay. More slow growing, but seems to be doing good. Anyway, guys, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hope you guys enjoy these videos, and as always, we will see you in the next one. Bye.